Heyo, and welcome to the stream. It's Hunter Maury here with Brescia FC and Football Manager 2022. We're closing out year 10 today. It's been a phenomenal season. As we sit at the top of Serie A with just a couple of games to go, we can secure it with I think, any points in the next match. And the final game of the year will be the Champions League final, our first time going all the way. But it is against a very, very strong Man United team. So, which I think we did face them in the knockout rounds not too long ago, and they kind of whooped up on us. So I am a little concerned about that one. May look like we didn't deserve to be there, but we have just been playing so well. I hope that can carry on all the way through. It's time to get some hardware. Could we go for a treble potentially with the? I don't know if the Coca-Cola Super Cup would really count for that, but we'll see what we can do. We are out of the Coppa Italia. It will be a Milan derby, but you know, we fought hard in that one. We just let Milan score too many times against us, pretty much. We beat them in one game, but we weren't able to put the 4 goals up that they put against us. So couldn't hold them down, unfortunately. But we do have the advantage over them in Serie A. And without further ado, I really want to get going. We will probably also, we might do a lengthy recap, but we'll probably do a little bit of work through. One thing, actually, as we kind of get started here, I think we're going to jump into scouting the under 20 Euro teams. Or is it World Cup teams? I think it's World Cup. And it is currently going on. Yeah, 2031. I don't know if I can, yeah, it's gonna go not throughout the whole world. That's interesting. I mean, I guess I could scout everybody, but I think like the only teams that actually had to like update their teams was probably this group. Interesting. Yeah, I think I should have probably scouted some of these guys, but we'll see. Yeah, this will take a little bit of time, but I was gonna say, like, even 18 seems like it could be interesting. There's one real player here. Uruguay. We're just looking at these really young players and kind of re-upping. What was it? South Korea. Russia. Real players for Algeria. China. Weird selection here, but we'll see. Really? We have some fake guys in the Brazilian team? Why? I wonder if maybe some of these teams jump in. Welcome. Thanks for the raid. How was your stream, Hunkleberry Finn? Nice. Did I already do this? No, I got distracted. Spain. How's everybody doing? Appreciate the follows. We're jumping in. Is it low? I can bring up the gain for sure. Is that a little bit better? Yeah, just let me know. It has been a while since I listened to it. I think if I like lean back too far, I definitely get away. Too far away from the mic. Oh, okay, so that's later international duty. I was like, what? Oh no. Directional boom mic. Yeah, I think I don't know. It's been a while since I like looked at settings. I feel like something got updated and reset, so Well, in the Coppa Italia final, it is Milan over Inter. Milan did all their scoring early. Inter tried to get back, but did not quite do it. So unsurprisingly, so for people just jumping in, Milan has been the top team in my series. We've been chasing them in Serie A for like 8 years. Since we've been up here, they've won Serie A every year except for one, I think. We're in position to kind of take the title away for the first time. But they did kick us out of the cup a little early, unfortunately. That's interesting. Sad. Fiorentino. Oh. I mean, I know they kicked us around, but they scored 16 goals in like, how many games did they even have to play? 5? Gross. Must be 6. Not interested. Got work in the morning. Yeah. Enjoy it. Enjoy some rest before work, for sure. Appreciate the raid. Have a good one. Oh. And also, just let me know if you run into any stream problems. I do see I've dropped a couple of frames. I say a couple, it's like 100. I am downloading like all of my PS4 to PS5 data. Finally picked one up. So if we run into major problems, I'll have to try to solve that. But just let me know. Sure, Andrade can play. And yeah, no reason to play Andrade in the Genoa match. No, I'm good on that. I don't like doing this, but I am gonna talk to everybody. Just trying to keep morale as high as possible. Going into these final few weeks. I mean, I think everybody's good for the most part, but just in case. Miranda, strong. Am I gonna stream any PS5 games? I don't know. Unfortunately, my like desk setup doesn't really allow for like an easy console setup, but it's possible. I think I'm gonna stick to the PC for now, though. But I am happy to have gotten it before God of War came out. That's kind of my big one that I'm gonna go for. Oh, I just realized it was. Just realized it was you, Devin. Yeah. So I could see God of War, but I'm gonna be bad. I'm gonna be really bad. Okay. Finally got through all that. I won't do the youth prospects. Save a little bit of time. Not that there's much to do importantly in today's stream. Anyway. Can break our record for wins. Oh, that's kind of surprising that they're like just telling me now. Brescia just one way. Yeah, we just put ourselves in the best possible place. I mean, we have the 20th ranked team. I'm gonna be really sad if this goes poorly. But yeah, Milan, you have to still give them a chance. They're going to make it tough on us. Nordberg is still going to be injured. Yeah, I don't want to comment on the Parma coaches' rumors. Parma has been up in Serie A for like 3 seasons or something. So it is a disappointing season that they probably should fire their manager for. Not going to hold a team meeting. Not too concerned about that. That's just a way to ruin the morale. We'll be going to the Bernabeu. Interesting. Also, my camera is like, nah, whatever. So elsewhere in Serie A, Juventus, I mean, it was unlikely anyway, but that their title chances are officially over. Hellas Verona with a big win, and Lazio get a victory over Fiorentina and jump into European places and put a lot of pressure on Roma. No, I mean, no. Just gonna remove him. Actually, yeah, he's not interested. Galbraith and Barclay. Good. A couple of our more recent acquisitions looking ready for more games, it seems like. I'm gonna do Miranda in the middle. How's Barclay feeling? At least he's fresh. So we'll go to Barclay. We're going to go Pekovic, Abdulev. How's Orestes feeling? We'll go Orestes. And we'll play positive. I did. Oh, and then, yeah, Overwatch 2. I have played very briefly. And very late at night. It's interesting. I'm not very good at Overwatch, but I do think I kind of like the 5v5 a little bit, but we were also just playing like mystery heroes or whatever, so we were just, it was a little bit more random than I think an actual ranked game would be, and so I would maybe hate it in ranked, but I'll probably give it a try, at least for a little bit, with friends playing, but I don't expect to dive all the way back in, though. Okay. Never press? That's so weird. I've hardly seen the game ever say, like, never press a guy. Can do both. He's gonna be bad at it, but looks like they would want him to cross. And then fullbacks. Okay. Hopefully we dominate today and I don't have to make too many changes. We can become champions today, I think, with just any results. Oh no. With a victory. We need a victory. So then the Milan result doesn't matter. No, even that. Well, not that I think we're gonna like suddenly give up 8 goals or anything. So we should have that advantage as well. But play to level and don't capable of will be fine. So a big game for us. Yeah, I actually don't think this game means too much. I guess if Milan slips up, we could win it early. And like I said, it is probably very unlikely that... I think I saw the stat earlier. We've conceded 21 Serie A goals all season long, so we'd have to think we'd be doing... We're not going to suddenly allow 8 in a game. I think. Or, 8 across 2 games. Barclay. That's what you want to see. Your wing backs doing headers. That's what you want. Abdullah with a big clearance. Apparently we don't do anything with that. What do you mean? I mean, I feel like it would be bad, but I just started thinking, is Overwatch 2 gonna have crossplay? Or does it have crossplay? What a ball forward, Cabrera. I don't know what he was doing with his touches, though. He must have got such a bad roll on that. Sick. 4 shots. 6 shots now. None on target. So there's at least cross progression. Maybe not necessarily cross play. Might have to give a little shot on the PC then. Because it is free to play, right? I mean, I would hope so, because, like, the skids cost, like, $19 or something. So, I would hope it's a free-to-play game. Miranda. Oh. Goes to Barcelo, but the keeper's out. And a goal. Alright, we'll take it. A little bit of luck. A little bit of chaos. Come on through. I'm gonna have to probably look into some Overwatch on PC. For sure, then. I will be also terrible at that, but... could be fun. Yeah, I feel like a lot of games are moving to crossplay. Just like, I was kind of wondering if shooters get into a weird spot. So where some people would, like, at least competitively, you would be matched up with your same. So it would kind of suck to be on console and then. Like, I'm not forming my thought, but. But, like, if you just got... I guess if you... It would just be your skill level, right? So, if it's a mix of players, I guess, like, the only problem would be if you happened to get into games where it was, like, fellow... What a chance. And that ball was still in play. Great. Boys, can we pass the ball up the field, please? Thanks. But you, like, happen to get, like, all... Or console mainly games for your placements or whatever, and then so your elo is higher than where it would be, and then you get in with more like PC players or something. Feel like that could be bad, but I guess it levels out. That's the whole point of the system. Alright, we're striving forward. Barcelo. Looks to whip one in. The keeper out of position and a miss. But none of us could get a target. It was another wide open net. Barclay picks it up. Madu. Searching for Cabrera, who does get a touch. And a chance. But not quite. Regenerating, but we just definitely have not been ruthless in the final third. A little bit of fortune, though, going our way. Let's keep getting those shots away. Actually, should I do anything? I think I'm going to go slightly higher tempo. We're at higher. Okay. I think I don't usually do this, but I think I'm going to put run at defense on. I don't know how that's going to go, but I feel like we should have the higher dribbling skill out of this group, and I don't know, maybe draw a couple more cards. Not a lot happening. A little bit of action. It would be nice for a Pekovic goal. Right on cue. We have been one of the best teams on corners this season. It helps when you're so defensively solid. One of these can, like, turn a game. We've had a few games. Dependent. Pekovic. Oh, and it falls to Cueva. For this, Giovanni Miranda looking a little tired. So I'm just going to bring in Peter Raska. Neither striker scored today. Not getting a lot of service. And then we'll take Barcelo out. For Malacia to just give him a little bit more time, take the yellow card off. And I think I'll just hold my other sub. Do place it short to Barclay. Pekovic on the backside. Heads it down to Orestes. And Pekovic gets a wide open net and he scores with his foot. Not often you see that from Danilo. But he just stayed up after the set piece, found space, and yet again, the keeper's just out in no man's land. I'm kind of starting to see why Genoa is 20th. And it does look like if Milan falters at all, even just a draw, we have done plenty to secure the Serie A title. I haven't seen any other scores come by. Haven't paid enough attention, I guess. Satriano in space. They didn't close him down. But Satriano will score. get Stefan Birkenbaum. Actually, yeah, I'm gonna pull back though, just in case. Something? No, I have slow pace down on. I think that's okay. And we are gonna settle in a little bit. Hopefully. Change is not in effect yet, but, oh, that's the other thing I can do. Get some of those guys out of, more intensive roles. Cueva has a go from range, but saved. Begovic with a big clearance and Cabrera. We'll go forward. He looks, but can't find Satriano. Genoa's sitting off, but they still let Satriano get in behind. A chance for him to add to his tally. I don't think he's catching Tammy Abraham, but could, I guess, with a couple of... No, actually, I don't think he can. The ball falls all the way through. A big clearance. Didn't find the foot of Cabrera. Birkenbaum all the way out on the wrong side, and he's hustling across. A long shot. Nowhere close. Will do. And we'll just get a penalty for good. Hold on. We're doing this. Where is he? How bad is he? Oh, he's real bad. Oh, he's real bad. We're gonna let Danilo go for the hat trick, though. Come on, Danilo. Oh, and a red. Just because. Oh, and he blasted in the back of the net. And a hat trick for Danilo Pekovic, our center back. Fantastic. Absolutely ridiculous. Satriano gets a booking. Upset that he didn't get the penalty chance. I'm sorry, but it was hilarious. And a very dominant second half performance. Only allowed one more shot. Congratulations. We did win it. There was a ceremony. I guess Milan must have drew in the meantime or something. Delighted for everybody involved, I guess. Brilliant feeling. Everybody worked hard. Haven't decided that yet. We keep working. We're now working through. Does that math make sense? Do we like... Because we beat them 5-3, and then they beat us. So that is the Serie A title, I think. So is head-to-head above goal differential? I mean, again, not that I think we're going to lose by, like, a record-breaking however many goals Milan win the next game by, but we're not going to lose by, like, double-digit goals, but, and for the first time in 5 years... Wow. Yeah. The past 4 years, Milan have been the champs of Serie A. We have done our job. We have knocked them off the top. Orestes is now 1 match away. So we have to pay 10 million. Is that league appearances? No, it's just any appearances. Because I was going to say, maybe I could hold them for just the Champions League. The one thing that could be interesting is not playing Orestes. Because I'm thinking about selling him in the summer, potentially, as a potential option to be sold anyway. Not that, like, he's had a very, very solid season. But we also have Galbraith. So it could be interesting. I don't think I promised to win. I just promised that I would win it or work towards winning it to them, probably, I guess. Oh, that's interesting. I don't really want to get rid of Madhu, though. Just how proud are you to celebrate Serie A with Brescia Calico? Absolutely delighted. We've secured the Serie A title. Absolutely delighted. We've worked so hard. I won't really let me enjoy today. No, I think if you're gonna compete to pressure, you have to be for trophies. You have to be ready for the pressure. Today's a great moment. Looking forward to keep building on the success. I think if we continue to do the right things, I don't see why not. Pekovic's hat trick was undoubtedly a key factor in our win. I'm running out of words to praise him with. He's unbelievable. Rumored that Madhu. I'm pleased he's playing well, and I'm confident of keeping him here. Silverware secured. You must be pleased that... yeah, it's just the start. We're ambitious, and we're moving in the right directions. Yeah, I don't really want to discuss that. What impact do you think lifting the Serie A trophy will have on Martin Satriano? I mean, yeah, the whole team is happy. I'm not really sure what that question's even, like, implying. Like, No, yeah, we're all gonna go on like a 2-week bender in front ahead of the Champions League final. Like, I don't know what you're trying to say. Yeah, we'll fully look at that. Not interested in that. Mental stats are a little lacking. Bravery is nice. Concentration is nice. Work rate. Spirited. I don't know. We could at least, like, keep an eye on that. I don't think we would do that move. He seems like a fringe guy for us. Attacking midfielder. I think I at least have to be a little intrigued, but I kind of already did make a move like that. Oh, right. The 6'5" attacking midfielder. I am very interested in that. But you're not actually... you do actually have some heading skill. Maybe. A chance conversion. Yeah, just throw all that in. So, elsewhere. Milan lose. Atalanta, the rivals, throw us a bone. Get it done. Udinese beat Torino. Sampdoria beat win. Inter with a big loss as Udinese. The final game will decide who's in last. Udinese, though, now have the advantage over Inter. And Napoli beat Roma. But Roma is no longer in shooting distance. So I think the European places are decided. It's just between Inter and Udinese for the final spot, I believe. Yes. Oh, and I guess which team between Torino and Lazio is in the Conference League. And Pekovic, with his big performance, has surpassed Martin Satriano for the best average rating. That's interesting. It's so funny. I mean, nice structure from Genoa, I guess. Consafil helps Rennes win the Coupe de France. It's pretty good. Thanks for what that dog do. Thanks for the follow. Yeah, Safil's doing alright. Nothing too special, no goal involvements, but playing pretty well in general. Bellingham is your English Player of the Year. English Players Player of the Year as well. And Victor Cabrera. So that's what we're going up against in the Champions League final. Including the... Jesus Christ, dude. The Golden Glove winner. So it is all... a lot of the awards for the Prem. Lambert. Frida. Just getting started. Manchester Reds are always so stacked on FM. Yeah. Yeah, that it that they are. Yeah, I don't know if it's like the Premier League needs to be toned down, or if like just Man U needs to be toned down a little bit, but it does seem like just, 10 years into these series, it's like there is like another tier of teams, and it's like all the top Prem teams. Really nice natural fitness. Does have good heading, but doesn't quite have the jumping reach. But at 17, could grow. Could grow. I'm interested. Doesn't really have the passing. I just don't know. I think the striker that I have in my brain is probably a unicorn that doesn't exist, though. Unfortunately. I want a tall guy that, like, can pass but can also score and, like, be athletic. It's like I just want, like, an incredible player, I guess. So it's already been the best season that Brescia has ever had. But we can make it even better with one more chance against Torino at home. I think not playing Orestes is the smart financial move. Is that the Nugan face pack? It is. It is the Nugan pack. I did have to reset it a couple years ago. I just felt like it stopped operating like eight years in. Stopped like replacing everybody. But then once I did that, so I'm still confused seeing some faces sometimes where I'm like, that's not what that guy looked like. But I think it's worked, I mean, really well, and I like it. I do think if this is going to be the format for it with like these faces, I need to find a different regular face pack next year, because my regular face pack all has like backgrounds and borders, and it's which I guess is kind of nice. You go like, oh, that's a real player, but I don't know. For the most part, you should probably know who the top real players kind of are. You know, so not that I do, but. Are the kids gonna play? It's a good question. Do I let the children play against Torino? Tottenham want Satriano. Yeah, good luck with that. I'm gonna at least, this is before the game, right? Yeah, I'm gonna at least give myself the option to go to the young players. I don't know, though. I kind of want everybody to stay fresh. Yeah, I think we're just not going to be worried about this guy. Maybe should have checked him out a little closer before that. Yeah, see, that's what I thought too. I don't know what's better. I think it's nice for me because I don't know like all the top players to have it be very different. You know, I can easily, you know, it's just that white background, and it's still like it's a pretty basic thing where most of them are like white backgrounds, which is kind of nice. So I don't know. Have to think about it with the new game like coming up. I guess you can always switch it at some point. If it's like, oh, this is just confusing. Pane. Yeah, we're not looking at our youth guys. Balanced, inconsistent. Yeah, plaudits coming our way. Yeah, always nice to hear, but not too concerned about it. Yeah, they did finish their top 7, right? Yeah, I prefer to focus on our positives. Yeah, I think this is the thing. I think we're gonna put on a show, where I don't think I'll do the youngsters, but you know, if maybe we're up big, the youngsters could be the substitutes. Pepe's been on a roll against us, 5 goals in 6 games. Yeah, and Martinarini's struggling on loan. That's why he's on loan, in all honesty. Yeah, rumors are rumors. I want to keep our best players here. And I don't think I have the heir to Satriano yet. Like, I think Cabrera's very interesting, has a knack for goal, but I think he's a different player than Satriano. Head of your game against Torino. Oh. Yeah, I don't really care. I think you'll see a few changes. Nothing too dramatic. Although the campaign isn't quite over, you have nothing left to play for. Jesus Christ, dude. Quit asking. Yeah, I'll just answer neutrally on that one. And they like brought out all the questions of like complacency. It's like we got one more game after this, man. We gotta keep going. Kepi. No, good on that. And this guy looks like he was at least like worth watching. Dual-footed, 18 jumping reach, Italian second nationality, so he's not even a non-EU. Kind of interesting. How long are we going an hour? Maybe taking it a little too slow. I was like, I don't need to press, but I spent like 6 weeks on the save before I hit the first spacebar. Yeah, that's fair. Well, I think early in a save, you gotta do a lot of work. So in our under 20s, Billy Jackson coming out of nowhere with a goal and an assist for the USA, and a draw for Italy with a couple of our players, including the young Dario Reina out there. Gustavo Martins. But yeah, early in a save, man, you gotta like, yeah, because you start like looking at every coach and going like, can I get a better scout? Can I get a better assistant manager? Can I get a better like, like I have one guy that's maybe good at like defensive tactics. Like, can I get a guy that's like good, like similar level offensively, like to balance that out? Like, especially early in a save, you can like dive in. Can I see your best 11 odds? Yeah. Let me do that. It will probably change here at the end of the season a little bit, but where's that? Right. Oh, interesting. I just didn't think it was Max Cabrera yet. But yeah, let's see. Jesse Jordan is still holding it as a goalkeeper. Danilo Pekovic is currently on the squad. Comas we just got rid of last year. Jan Chancellor started this series with us, played pretty well, but eventually fell out. Mads Rorslev on the right wing. And Alexandro Burnaby, I guess a little bit more time here for those two guys. But they're both no longer here. Maggiore and Bisoli. Bisoli we started with. Maggiore we brought in on a free, but now he's gone. Bonazzoli had like one of the most ridiculous seasons I have ever seen. And he was more of like a deep lying forward for us. But yeah, he had. Actually, I should show you that season because it is absolutely ridiculous. Satriano, who is still here, still banging out goals, and then Cabrera is a young new gen, still on the squad, but just getting his career started. And then the bench is Carnesecchi, who may pass Jordan in this year because this season's been nuts. Oh yeah, yeah, he's nuts. And then let's see, we got rid of Bach, Mogensen, Sistana, Sajout, Baluta, Carboni. So a lot of like more real names outside of Niels Erik Bach that are sitting on our bench, but are also gone. Yeah, so Bonazzoli, let me jump into that one quickly. I guess it's not as ridiculous as I thought, but in 27 games, 11 goals, 12 assists. He was our top assist man of that year. And actually, I think, yeah, it was in all competitions, 17 goals, 18 assists. One of the most ridiculous performances I've ever gotten out of a striker. Didn't really match that the next year, but then we brought in Satriano, who, outside of 1 year, has been absolutely not. Was he on set pieces for the assists? Maybe, but I feel like not a lot. No. I'm trying to think who was our set piece guy that year. He might have been on a few free kicks, but I don't think it was like a ton. And then, yeah, Satriano. Let's see. In all competitions, 27 goals, 33 goals, 16 in kind of a down year, 29, and then 36 this season so far. And yes, 2.8 mil from Inter. Huge mistake on their part. But I do think he just like exploded, reached his max potential. Like I think he A got a good like potential role, and then B like actually reached the max potential. It was kind of crazy. He's now 30, starting to wind down a little bit. I think in the next couple of years, but he's just been advanced forward this year, and I guess he's been advanced forward most of the time. Some people like him as a pressing forward, and I think he could do it. Well, yeah, I know. I say like winding down, but 15 natural fitness will be okay. I worry after like 31. I just feel like unless you've got that like 18, you start to slow down. But I think he'll be all right. But he is the... I'm looking for the next Satriano to put on the team. I don't know if I'll find it. Yeah, does he? He doesn't even have a negative. An absolute monster. But yeah, somebody with a little jumping reach, somebody with a little bit of passing, plus can score goals. I think one thing particularly this year, he's just like sat at the back post on some like throw-ins and stuff, and has just little header, knock it in, been a mismatch, gets matched up against like the fullback or whatever, and it's like that's really nice. So like Cabrera's a very nice other guy, but he just doesn't have the like same creativity, same heading, jumping reach skill. Not an aerial threat, so I like Cabrera a lot. He's scored, can definitely score goals. I'm not too worried about that, but I think we need that complementing player to really maximizing. 3 at the back with inverted wingbacks. That's interesting. I mean, I guess that helps with maybe lacking the midfield a little bit, but I like to have my wingbacks providing my width. That's something I maybe need to try in the next game, is more like inverted wingbacks. Get a little creative. Go late in the mid and 3 up front. I had 3 up front. Actually, that Bonazzoli season was 3 up front, and he was a deep lying forward in the middle. So yeah, and I think I had I don't know if they were both inside forwards, but essentially I had a player to the left of him and a player to the right of him. And that's kind of, I think, how he got a lot of his assists, so. Oh, I didn't change the team. I got distracted. Oh, wait. Can I change it? No, I can't change it. I should save scum that, but I don't care. My only hope was to save some money on Arestus, but I don't know. he's still pretty good. I may have wanted him for the Champions League final anyway. Yep, we need to just keep scoring goals. Everyone's joining coming. Do you worry about bad results? I don't think one loss matters. Anybody else? So it would have been nice to get Birkenbaum out there too, I think. Nice. Make sure he was fresh for the final game. Raska as well. I know they got subs opportunities, but what a play from Madu. Now Madu, he is the guy that's been on like all my set pieces, and he's got like 20 assists or something crazy. Absolute monster. This season, at least, anyway. My camera settings. Let's see. How do we do? Yeah, so what I like to do is essentially just barely get this, like, the sideline over here. Try to maximize it there. So I can, oops. I hit home. Because I'm smart. So, start there. Go a little bit higher. I don't know. It's nice to be able to, like, see the pitch. Zetrado wanted it. It's kind of like playing in 2D, but with, like, the 3D settings. I haven't really played in 2D to know exactly how that's like, but I think that's kind of the thinking behind it. My thinking behind it, anyway. Because that's what everybody says, like, with 2D, it's like, and you can see the pitch. It's like, yeah, but I can also see the pitch. Not a lot of offense. A lot of possession. Not a lot of offense. Searching for Cabrera. Couple of touches. Oh, fantastic dribble. And he looks to... And he gets to his own rebound. And puts it home. His 30th in all competitions. Yeah, that's a fantastic one. I mean, would have been nice to finish it off on the first shot. But, like seeing that. Big bundle in the middle. Oh, low. Cabrera. So happy Barclay chose that. Didn't just do something stupid. And tapped home. press this now with a yellow as well. Starting to generate a couple between the midfield. Wasn't quite right for the early cross. Little miss on timing. Cabrera back, a nice pass out to Barcelo, who's going to look for Satriano. And it's all working. That'll be nice before before Man United comes in and ruins us. No, we'll be fine. We're gonna be fine. At least it does seem like we're coming in scoring goals, so I like that. Missed penalty for Rafael Leao. Interesting. This is a well-oiled machine. Yeah, I mean, we've been building it slowly over 10 years. Learning how things are going. And this year we've just been so defensively sound, honestly, that I think that's really made the difference this year, just how good we've been. Cueva bursts through. Just trying. And he flips it up to Cueva, who's become kind of an extra runner. He's going way wide and blasts it home. His 10th of the year. Okay, I think the children are going to get to play. Nice. 5 in the last game, 4 in this one. Can't ask for too much more. On 1.5 XG. So let's see. Everybody I bring in is going to be complacent. I think we'll get Monty out there. The two middle players have so many options. Yeah, this is it's very open now, which is nice. Yeah, the one I think problem that comes in is if they do like restrict the middle too much, and like you're not really necessarily getting the overlap or the run from the advanced midfielder. It like maybe just like clogs up, and then so sometimes we just like end up playing it outside a lot, and then if the whole defense is pretty set up and everybody's just bundled in the middle, sometimes you run into just weak headers. But I think that's really the only weakness right now. So I think the two... Hey Pixel, welcome in. What am I doing? Putting my young players in. That's what I'm doing. Probably more concerned about Barcelo being able to play. I mean, I'm still probably going to use Barcelo over Malacia. I've been doing well. Grinding along. Mostly playing FM. Do need to expand to do some other stuff, but been a fantastic season over the past few weeks. I don't remember last time you were here, but been enjoying the save. And in terms of life, things are opening back up. And yeah, the New York fall was way too quick. But I am happy things are like opening up, or at least people are getting like more comfortable. Just like it's not really normal, but close to normal-ish from where we were. And so been able to enjoy some nights out with friends and some things like that, but it did get cold very quickly. Going from we had a Yankees game 2 weeks back. Nice. Did Judge hit a home run? That was what, probably like 50 something. Yeah, I got the chance through work. Through like one of our rep agencies took us. We went to a suite for a Mets game. No, that would have been the... Oh, you were at the 62 game? Or he was just like in process. Didn't get it in that one, but was what he was on. Yeah, I didn't get out for Yankees. But a chance. You're in Australia, never seen the snow. Never been. Snow is nice until it's but I don't know. I think where like the Northeast problem is just like the change of weather. I guess it's not as crazy because I assume Australia is probably a little crazy in terms of heat and stuff. Yeah. Snow's nice to look at, but then like to live in and like drive in. Oh, just don't like it. Yeah, you guys, it's been getting hotter in general, I feel like. Not just global warming conspiracy thing, but like legitimately. I guess that's also part of it too, like our perception is a little bit different too, where it's like cuz like in Australia they'll be talking about like, oh, it's so crazy hot. Meanwhile, it's like I'm experiencing -10 wind chill here. Like, I just don't even know where to begin. I probably should have pulled off a little bit, played some balance to finish this out, especially since nothing's really happening. But we'll be okay. We got a week before Champions League. Oh, and it is an Inter Udinese. Inter had the chance. They had all the control. I didn't realize that was like the final game for them. That's crazy. Yeah, we got like a week, and then we'll be in the Champions League final. And it looks like Inter Milan fell a little bit short. So I think that's part of the Zealand skin in general. Yeah. So it has like the automatic ticker. Does some other things that are at that bottom portion. But I think it's just like a baseline there. Yeah, default. And Inter did fall just short. I mean, they were behind, but they did give an effort with their strikers. But a little too late. Milan put Parma in the shadow realm. So we do spend about $10 million on some other transfers. It would have been nice for that to come early next year, but I guess it's better for me to know what my budget is. And we do get 32 for winning Serie A. Yeah, we played well. Dortmund want Cabrera. No, I gave you Wilkinson. Leave me alone. We're not selling. I'm not selling Cabrera, man. I guess maybe I should be a little more critical. They're fine. They can stay. That's interesting. Pace, acceleration. Attacking fullback. At least has something. Could grow. Okay. Fellow Spurs fan, let's go. I also love that he says unfortunately because I answer this. Answer it the same way. Don't know why, but I'm a Spurs fan. Good result for your side. More significantly, I don't know. Not really. They're the story, not us. I don't really care. I was there to play. Good footy and a Spurs fan. No, when it's working, we look good. So, sort of. Fantastic 5. I think that means, I think I know what that means. A little trophy. That's it? This is it? Oh, boy. In fact, I can just, like, scroll down. Why isn't that one above? Whatever. The best season in history for Brescia in Serie A. Yeah, we never really didn't take control there in the second half. Okay. They must have been switching formations and stuff. Elsewhere. Jan Valeda gets a trophy, though while he appeared a lot, didn't do much. Martina, not that I really care. Davinson Sanchez, huh? Valentino Martinarini didn't save his team from relegation. Yeah, I think I'm done with the Martinarini experiment. Pasquarello and Arati were part of a Super Cup team. Nice. Nice. Good job, Mapondo. They love just giving him anything. I mean, fair, I guess. No yellow cards, no red cards. Is the Primero Gentleman. Didn't even know that was a thing. Satriano is your Italian Serie A Player of the Year. But he does get beat out by well, they both get beat out by Tammy Abraham. Mapondo had 11 assists too? Oh my god. He's nuts. Give him to me. He's who I want. He's who I want to replace Satriano. He's the perfect player. 21 allowed, 21 shutouts. Carnesecchi is your best Serie A goalkeeper of the year. Pretty fair. And are straight through the middle. Carnesecchi, Galbraith, who wasn't one of our real starters, but every time he played, he performed well. Pekovic, Raskin, Madu in the midfield, and Satriano as a striker. Fans of the team are said to be unexcited by the news, with many fans considering the award meaningless. Interesting. I mean, does anybody other than the first place team win that award? I mean, I guess I could vote. Well, you know what? Was it Udinese was... Normally I vote just kind of at the top, and it probably should be Pioli, but, I guess Pioli is the other runner candidate, so they say. But, yeah, that's what so I usually go that other way, but I wanted to, give it to a team that pulled off a top four when I really thought Inter was going to be fourth. Like, the fact that they are not playing in the Champions League next year, after being in the second round this year, is shocking. And then these guys are just people I have scouted, so don't really care. Yeah, I think he needs a little bit more. Well, we're gonna keep working on that, because why not? Okay, that's fine. Sure. Yeah, I don't know. I want Mino back, but once more quickness training. Okay. Huh? I mean, that's worth talking about. I'll look at coaching staff and scouts. Okay. That's a shame. Wasn't it 3.5? And he was still upset at that? What? What? I should have just said it was good then, I guess. I thought 3.5 you could be like, oh, it's excellent. Apparently I was wrong. Or 7.5. Was I say 3.5? Whatever. The 0.5 was the important part. Whatever. Leave him alone. Yeah, I think I'm good on that one. And Cabrera is in the team of the week after his brace. Actually, kind of surprised that somebody from Milan didn't get that. All right. Galbraith is now also able to speak good Italian, and sick. We are yet again very thin at left wing back. Malacia has been unable to stay healthy. Luckily, Barcelo has kind of come into his own, but oh boy. I mean, just out of potential, I'm going to add you to the short list, but not too concerned. Okay, we'll just knock that through. We're averaging nearly 2 goals a game in the Champions League, which is pretty nice. Yeah, not a bad day. Oh, they were head to head. Nice. And the Italians come out on top. 7 jumping reach, my man. Yeah, that's just that's a midfielder. Yeah, he's just a midfielder. Yeah, I don't know the exact save yet, but my thoughts are, although I've kind of done the same thing here, but the big challenge of this series was always what it kind of became was to take down Milan as well as get to Champions League finals. So I was kind of thinking of starting in a similar place in a slightly lesser league with kind of the having more years really fighting for Champions League. Like, kind of within the first 4 or 5, the goal is to like become the best team in your nation, and then to like push it even further. I don't know whether that's like Portugal or the Netherlands or like Belgium or something like that, but that's kind of what I'm thinking. One of those, like, there's like the big 5 or whatever in Europe, then kind of that next tier down. But yeah, I think that's the one that's the most likely right now that I'm thinking is the Netherlands. But I think I want to look at their rules. You did like Utrecht? Interesting. But yeah, I think that was kind of the other thing. Instead of building from like the bottom, I just want to take like a mid-tier team and just push them to like the next level. Too. I want to spend more time competing at like the top level, I think, just for me. But maybe giving that extra challenge of like that slightly lesser like league reputation and stuff like that could be fun. But yeah, I think the big thing is I don't want Serie A rules. I want to kind of scout all over the world to be able to bring people in all over the world without extra consideration. It's not that I've run into too many problems with non-EU, but like I definitely think I want to maybe take some of that challenge off. So I'd have to look. I need to look at the leagues a little bit closer before I like finalize. Yeah, I know Germany's fully open, and I just, but I still think I don't want to be in the Bundesliga. Although I guess it's like, I guess it is kind of, because you have the Titans of like Bayern and Dortmund to take over. So like it that is also a possibility of like if I'm thinking the Netherlands or like Belgium or Portugal or one of the other leagues. I don't know what else would really be options if they're like if they are too restrictive, I could see me going, I'm just going to open it up and play in Germany. But I might have to, like, if I do that, I might give myself a little bit of a challenge. 18. Which side do you play on? The left. Yeah, I'll get right on that one. Oh, that's just general scouting started. Okay. I thought that was a recommendation. I was like, yeah, I'll just pull 200 million out of nowhere. No problem. I think I'm not going to mess with it. I think we just need to play. We need to play the way that we've been playing this season. And I think we need to go out and do it. I think when we've pulled back and been balanced, we just haven't been good enough offensively. So I want to challenge. I do need a little bit of water before that match. So I think I'm going to take a quick break, grab some water, use the restroom. I'll be right back if I hit the right buttons. I'll be right back. And we are back. Never won the Champions League. Yeah. Is it a huge challenge? Yeah, it'll only make it sweeter. Missing Tyrell Malacia. Yeah, hopefully we can step up in his place. I mean, we've been, for the year, have needed someone to step up in his place. Not to be too mean about it, but a number of people would agree. Driven over Bayern Munich was the highlight. I'd go along with that. Champions! Fantastic. This game will be the biggest of the season. Can understand how the fans feel. I don't want to discuss my feelings. Who do you see changes? I don't know. We'll always analyze the player's fitness. That's the only reason to change. I'm not going to discuss tactical. Literally 1-0 in FM ever. I've only started playing pretty late on this year. Yeah, so my only previous experience with FM before this, which is obviously a pretty long series that I've invested a lot of time in, but getting top 4, nice, was a very, very long save in FM 20 with, wow, I just, blanked. The lion logo? Why? Where did that come from? Samford. Nah, whatever. But a team in the British League, in the Salford. Why did that just disappeared out of my brain for a minute? Sorry about that. Yeah, and so we started League 2 or something. Yeah, the lion logo. And I was competing at the top, but never got there in FM 20. So my only wins so far have been cups. I won the FA Cup there once, and that was my only win before anything in this series. So Well, I guess other than like winning the lesser leagues up to the top, but um give me a second. We'll have huge impact. Um, yeah, I'm not gonna discuss the individuals. Yeah, I would say so. Like our board, I think was progressing, pretty well. I would say the biggest thing was we were playing against a Man City team that was kind of like how Milan here is like one of the best teams, not just in Italy, but like in Europe, even though they haven't had too much continental success recently. Um, that was Man City. They were very dominant, and I think that there was enough other competition between like it was just very difficult, like between like Arsenal, Man United being pretty good, things like that. So you had to play kind of perfect, I guess, through everything. Not a lot of room for error to be like the top team there. So while I think had I kept playing, I probably would have. Yeah, I'm gonna talk to everybody right before this game though. Had I kept playing, I think I probably would have eventually surpassed it, but it was gonna be 5+ years in the future, there, and these games, and then FM22 came out, so I was just like, we'll go there. We'll try to maybe get into a similar thing, different league, try something new, start streaming it so that I don't just play all the time, and I still play a lot. But yeah, it was good, but yeah, just with how much money was flowing through the Premier League, oh, it's just so much to like overcome. This is gonna take a little bit because mostly everybody seems to be training pretty well, which is nice. I probably don't need to talk to like Fiorentino, but it is what it is. Kind of holding until FM23 to launch a solid save. Yeah, I think at this point, I mean, I don't know how many big changes there are going to be, but I think it's still going to be intriguing enough to get there. I mean, I stream it, so or like if you're streaming it, then like you're gonna jump into your save, right? You don't want to like start one and then be in last year's game. In most cases, I guess. But yeah, kind of the same thing. I think I'm like, we've put 10 good years in. Not to say that I wouldn't do like 15 if I could like move fast enough. But at the end of the Salford save, it definitely felt like going through the motions. Like, no, we're gonna be a good team, but we know we weren't gonna be a top team. At least here, it seems like we could start competing. But is what it is. I'm gonna look at these things later. Don't want to worry about it right now. More international stuff. Lodi. It's pretty good. No real negatives. Looks like he could still be useful, but interesting. It's one of those saves that people do over 100 years. It's cool to see the very rare, like, tycoon takeovers. Yeah, you're always hoping for that, I forget what they, like, tend to call that, but, you're always hoping for that, like, sugar daddy, essentially, to come in and let you just start spending the way that the top teams spend. So Malassi is injured. He will not be in. Patrick Nordberg is also still injured. Unsurprisingly, I'm not going to see him. Yeah, that's true. It's just, it's so... I mean, it's kind of one of those things about when you can just, like, buy the best players, you start to get those, like, disparities, right? It's the same in, like, American baseball, where a lot of the top teams are just, it's a little different, but they could just keep signing because, like, we're willing to spend $300 million versus where you're willing to spend $30 million or something, you know. So it is definitely, you start getting those differences. Yeah, I should have started Galbraith at the last game. I knew it. But we're gonna go Pekovic, Abdullayev, Galbraith. I mean, Barclay has been good, but I'm going to lean to Stefan Birkenbaum. And Barcelo. Madu and Raska in the middle. Oscar Cueva up front, though Mino does have that potential. Yeah, heavily forced salary cap. Yeah, I think that is nice to have. I mean, I don't know. Soccer or football in general, I think it would be very difficult to do something similar, right? Because it would just be, especially when you're competing at the World, because then it's like, as long as one European nation is like, yep, no salary cap, whatever, then, you know, when you're starting to compete against each other, you're like, that doesn't seem fair. So, okay. I think this is the squad we're going in this one, which is great for competitions between the team, but you never really get stacked teams and any talent. Kind of sucked out of the system in search of money in Europe. Same in the US. So yeah. Yeah, I think that's one thing. Like, I don't know. I guess it's like easier for our American brains to understand. So that's kind of why the MLS does it. But I feel like if they opened it up, it's I don't know. I feel like they could have done it, but no real reason to do the salary cap thing for the MLS, but it is what it is. Okay. Try to get everybody motivated as much as we can. Oppositionally, Juan Bissaka, ex-Brescia man, Matteo Ruggeri. They are so good. I'm so concerned. The man who we must not speak of, but he'll probably score against us. Great, sick. Have some oiler willing to pour money into a football club. Yeah, it'd be nice. Mark Ward. Rashfield? Over Rashford? Interesting. Okay, so I'm just going to trust that. We're going to press. Looks like they're guys, I mean, they can do both, but I think they would. My thoughts. So I'll have to try to pay attention to see if they're playing as wingers or not. Tactically, we're going to drop our line to a standard. Morality, that's another kettle of fish. Yeah. Definitely true. I think we're going to have to hit them on the counter a little bit. I think at least to start the game, I'm going to drop to standard. And we're going to pass into space and be slightly more direct with our passing. And we're going to see how that goes. We need to see how well we can play defensively, I think, and see if we can push the offense a little bit more. It's a big match. Yeah. I want to step up to the plate. It's the game. I don't care. Matteo Ruggeri tearing up the Champions League. Man, I wish I still had him. I think that's my biggest regret, is not being able to hold on to Ruggeri. I think he would just put this team to the next level. A little slower in the second season with us, but he did have 14 assists across all competitions in one season with us. Very, very good player down in the wing back. I mean, it was also probably worth selling for a $30 million profit, but it is what it is. I think he's a fine player, but I think I have fine players too. And I believe last time we played them, Juan Bissaka tore us up a little bit. So hopefully Barcelo can kind of handle that on his side. I think that's Barcelo's side. It is. Yeah, this is a really good squad. I didn't actually look at their stars and their reputation all throughout, but I don't know. At least Greenwood. I don't really like saying his name, but at least him, Bellingham, Ruggeri, Juan Bissaka, they would all waltz right into starting for this club easily. Those are the guys I know about for sure, and I assume some of these other guys would as well. Oh, what a block! Oh, a massive block. I mean, it didn't quite look right, I don't think, but an absolutely massive block from Barcelo. Another chance at the far post. Stealing this camera view for sure. Yeah, like having that extra height jumping up. Yeah, I think that's the big difference that I have. I think the zoom and everything else is very similar. And we steal one. Off the corner, our top goal scorer, Martin Satriano. Haven't generated too much offense, but enough to get a corner. It had to be him. Had to be. I'm actually going to take those things off. We seem to at least be in a similar spot, possession-wise. We'll see if that, like, changes drastically, but, I kind of want us to maybe have a little bit more control if we can have it. Oh, yeah, I should, like, look at their actually... Well, I think the one... It may not be, like, fully accurate, but they probably gave a very high... We, like, ultimately blocked it. But they probably got a pretty high XG for that chance earlier. Oh, don't. Carnesecchi. Lost track of Greenwood there. Yeah, I think that chance right there, they were like, that's a sure goal. A massive block and a massive save. And we steal one. Oh, yeah, it's like a .9 XG shot. Yeah, I think so. I think that's like, so like outside of that one, which was obviously scary. But I think we could have also been, I don't know, slightly better position. That's not something that they're generating all the time. Please? And easy for Carnesecchi to grab. Too close. Wan-Bissaka with the spin-rama over there. Okay, the other thing I don't like. Wan-Bissaka. Gotta get up on him, though. Oh, he opens it up. Just flying in. A little bit of chaos in the corner for Man United. Pekovic with a big clearance. That I definitely want to do. Cueva's just not been good. I kind of think it's the position hasn't been good. It's not like open, but I don't think it's worth like changing shape over. guess we could. I mean, I still think it's going to be a Cueva substitution. And we just get some size in Giovanni Miranda. And then I think maybe to help out and close that down, we'll bring Satriano back a little bit. Inverted wingbacks. They do seem to have us a little bit in the midfield, though, too. So I could see how that would be helpful in some games like this. Ward with the cross. Greenwood had it wide. Alright, I think Madu and Barcelo are players I want to push. I'm not overly concerned about Abdulev's thing. Miranda. I think attacking-wise, almost through. Madu. Oh, a big block. Another chance. Ward with the clearance. Ruggieri runs onto it. Satriano again, the target. Nicely done by Miranda. Madu strides forward. Back. Miranda takes us. Oh, a blast. And everybody's tired. Mixed reaction to demand it. And we are champions. And the brilliant season. We did enough. Steal one off the corner. We've been so good on those set pieces all year. And we played it tough. We didn't let Man United. I mean, their best chance ultimately was that one that got blocked. I mean, it was an incredible chance. But that was that moment of quality defensively that ultimately made the difference. And we were steady in the second half, generating chances. They definitely generated more chances than us. That could have more than any chance we generated. I think probably 3 of the highest XG chances were theirs. But we were solid at the back. And the only reason Abdulev isn't is because we ask him to be the passer. So his passing accuracy probably not quite as high as some of the others. These guys have easy outlets usually. Open it up. But that is probably the only difference in that back line. And Satriano, because it had to be. And I guess that was the goal for the series, was to win the Champions League. I didn't think we had a chance, but again, we generated 10 shots. They had 13. Also, we stopped fouling. That was actually such a good move to get on that, to start standing. I didn't think we would get here quite so fast. But we are the champions. We've won Serie A. We won the Super Cup. Not that that means much, but that does mean we've had some success in the League Cups the past few years. So we have, I think that officially cements us as one of the top teams in Europe. And I guess the only question is, can we do it again before FM23 comes out, I guess. Yeah, I would say that. A little bit of luck. But I think we played that well. They had 10 shots, we had 10 shots, so it wasn't like we were completely doing nothing. For the first half, we kind of were, but it is what it is. Yeah, just always look to build on the good times. And Barcelo. We put him out on an island. And he won every tackle he wanted to. And it's not like a significant treble, but it is a treble. 3 pieces of hardware coming back. Just don't look at this one. just don't think about it too much. Yeah, and we've been kind of struggling on cash, so that's good. Good to see. Do any of the kids, Yeah, so not all of our youth players get a medal, but a couple of the young guns do. 10 assists in the competition for Anthony Madu. 3 goals and an assist for Pekovic. 9 goals for Satriano. A few others just here and there chipping in. Peter Barclay. It's an app name. And the best head coach. I think it's the first time I've ever seen that bar full. I mean, I guess you have to be. Because, like, it's like you challenge for Serie A. We won it. It's still only nice. 69%. They weren't expecting that at all. Just reaching the first round was all that was expected. But doing Abdullah Like, we're done. Who were the two clubs to get a W? Let's see. It was one bad team and Milan. So Milan beat us 3-2. In the reverse fixture, we beat them 5-3, which I think is why we were able to win it with our win against Genoa. Technically, the Serie A. And then, yeah, the other one was Sassuolo. Can I see that game? And that was a frustrating one. Last time out, we played a couple of frustrating matches. Actually, the Sassuolo and Inter one back to back. Yeah, we were pretty dominant to start the season. And going back to last year, I forget when our first loss happened. We were, I think we were a full season's worth of games in a row, undefeated. But then they started coming a little bit thicker. Sassuolo, can I see? Yeah. So, and Sassuolo was just a pretty hard FMing, pretty much. A little bit of poor management, because had I just played it out, we probably draw 0-0, to be honest. But we just didn't score. So, bad day for Abdulev. Oh, they probably gave him credit for the... So, essentially how they scored was off of a throw-in, and they just got a guy... and they got a guy, like, wide open, perfect cross, perfect first touch, perfect finish. Right past Karnaseki. Can you see a goal? I don't know. And well, you know, and then yeah, you get a little bit of that going on. So yeah, I mean, it is also 30 shots, so it's not like every shot was massive. But yeah, it hurt. That one hurt a lot. Yeah, it hurt. It hurt a lot. And we played like most of the game like in their half. So, anyway, that was the other loss. Hated that. And we got 17 from Champions League Television. Some additional money from Champions League. And then we paid out 20 million for the team performance. Plus a little extra for Cueva, Malacia, and Galbraith. And they want somebody. What's that? Yeah, I mean it's not exactly what we did against that, but I do like I get a lot of with like Tottenham kind of plays that way where it's just like solid defensively, and you don't necessarily you're not getting like a ton of chances, but you're just trying to be so solid defensively. I've kind of loved the way that we've played in that, being so like I think defensively sound, and then you know countering off of that and generating off of that I think is so interesting. You know, you look back at last year's Champions League winner in real life, Real Madrid. That was kind of their whole strat was to sit back, play solid defensively, and you were just looking for one or two moments where your quality, where your attack could come through. You just eat up the pressure otherwise, and and they just and if you take advantage, then it's a beautiful feeling, right? When you don't take advantage, I guess that's where the frustration starts to come into. But I do think it is a very interesting way to play, right? A little bit harder to fully execute in FM, but I think. But it is. One time, baby. Versus 13. Congratulations. Great moment. Absolutely thrilled. Yeah, we'll be celebrating that all summer long. Yeah, I think everybody wanted it badly. It's brilliant. I'm so thoroughly delighted. Guided your team to the final. No, I agree with that. A lot of the other top teams, you're trying to control possession, and I think that's yeah, and I think, but that's, it's kind of interesting. I mean, I'm not as familiar with like Australian football or whatever, but the like NFL is kind of moving to this more like spread pass happy thing and getting those kind of highlight plays. I almost think that there should be a coach that just like, okay, we invest heavily in pass rush, we invest heavily in this to play like very solid defensively, but on the other side, with you going all like these later linebackers, later players, let's just run the ball and just mess you up a little bit, I think there's something to be said about kind of being a little counter to the tactics, if you can do it well, I guess. And that was Benzema's was absolutely on a tear last year, so that helps for sure. Absolutely delighted. 317 minutes without conceding a goal. I mean, I'm gonna still praise the defense because I think that's where it starts, but he has made plays. I'm not as good as Karnaseki was this year. I'm not opposed to talking about it, but so I'm just gonna not comment and like ruin things. But I did also sign him. I don't remember if that's kicking in at the end of the year, so then he probably won't be moving this year. But I mean, with how much we've already won and everything, it's kind of already been a little bit of a season wrap-up, but we will get into it officially. The end of season review. The incomings. Andy Galbraith came in. He was our big... Well, Galbraith and Malacia were the big summer signings. Galbraith played excellently and has probably played himself into a starting role next year. And I think he still has a chance at that potential. Oftentimes, once they're a little bit older, you're kind of like, that's never possible. But I think he can. Barclay? I think I really liked what he kind of became for us. I'm excited to see what he becomes. Because I think that I was kind of looking at him as like the better Stefan Birkenbaum. I didn't quite think that he was going to get there so fast. But... I think he could be good. I think we will need an offensive-minded player next to him. But I think he's been good. Malacia was injured all season. I don't even want to talk about it. But it's fine. And Mino had a couple of moments of brilliance on loan from Chelsea. We will not be able to sign him full-time, but may look to bring him back on loan again next season. Transfers out. Yeah, they're probably not going to be happy, but we had to raise funds last year. We have to raise funds this year as well. So there'll probably be even more outgoings coming through. But Comas, Carboni, we switch up our defensive line and we play more solid defensively than we ever have before. We sell Petras. We've got a future fee on him. He's kind of the only future fee remaining. Just getting rid of an aging Robin Gosens, although it turns out that Malacia, like, I might as well have had Gosens instead of Malacia, I feel like. Yeah, I don't know. I'm pretty happy with, like, everybody we sold. To be honest. I mean, I guess it's pretty easy to say after all of that. And we had a ton of loans out. Dario Reina, our top prospect, looked really nice down in Serie C. Rafik Nordbo. Was there. Sefil had a nice time. Grecci and Cardella will not be with us next year. Jenner will come back, and I think he had 7 goals. Adebayo had a rough go about it at Frankfurt. And Martinarini didn't really do enough. So, I mean, I think a lot of these guys are either going back out on loan or getting sold. But that is. In Serie A, obviously, very successful. The only losses came in like a month apart. A month and a half, or half a month. As mentioned before, a little bit of surprise. Torino into European places, and Udinese slips above Inter, drawing in the final game to be in the Champions League. Elsewhere, otherwise, pretty much as expected. And a disappointing season for Parma, but I don't know. These teams definitely did enough to stay in, so deservingly so. We only lost once in our Champions League run. A tough one against Inter. This was a penalty. Was the only goal we allowed. Kind of worst case, I was thinking 0-0, a draw on that one, and we gave a penalty late, which was a little frustrating. Where we didn't have success was the Coppa Italia. Tough to come back. We did score 2, but allowed 1 for Milan in our second home leg to get knocked out, and Milan ultimately ended up winning, which does mean we will see them again in the Super Cup. On the flip side, though, as they are the Cup winner and we are the Serie A winner. Maximiliano Cabrera was a little bit inconsistent. A little bit. At times. But he did score 4 in a big win against Napoli in the Coppa Italia. And he also scored a hat-trick. I mean, Satriano also chipped in with 2 against Milan. And then a brilliant goal from Mino. Oh, yeah, that was away, wasn't it? Yeah. Absolutely. And we are now at the top. Can I see the goal? Do I have to, like, find that? Can I see it? I can't click anything. Yeah, I feel like they should have, like, a little... I think they should have a little replay thing. For, like, your goal of the season, you know? Or at least, like, even like, a top 3 would be cool. Maybe I have to go find it. I don't know. I didn't see that earlier either, of, like, a highlight package. I thought you could see that, but they may not save it for the whole season, which kind of makes sense. And all of our revenue is up. Kind of maximum competition prize money. It's available on hover on different view. Yeah, not quite the right order, but pretty much who I'm considering starters. Barclay, though, may have played himself into the right wing back. But we'll see. Berkebaum's still pretty good. I mean, I know he's on all our corners, and we were a very good corner team. But 33 assists for Anthony Madu. 38 goals for Satriano. Yeah, Pekovic is incredible. I don't know. I wonder what's gonna go. 9 player of the match. Yeah, I mean, he's incredible. I love Pekovic. Order apparently announced that 2 players would be considered enough against it. So Madu and okay, so Madu has popped into the actual starting 11, and then Cueva has moved into being one of our substitutes. Interesting. And Karnaseki did not advance into the starting. I thought he might do it after a legendary season. Way up at the top of the top. Aggressive shooting. We weren't... I think we became more wasteful as the season went on. We were pretty clinical early. Fouls against per game is pretty much the only... lacking stat. I'll have to look at that. And as I mentioned, Malacia out. 5 injuries, including a 3-month injury. Yeah, we did well. Oh, yeah, because I started putting him on, like, attack or whatever, right? Okay. These guys did nothing. Other team can't get a pass anywhere near Pekovic. Yeah, so, and that's one of the things, because I probably didn't explain him very well, huh? He has 20 jumping range. So, if you try to get, like, anything over the top of Danilo, he just, heads it down. So, it's also why he scored so many times on, like, corners and stuff. Oh, yeah, and then on top of that, he has brilliant passing. The unfortunate thing is that, like, he got some of these things early before he really developed. I really should have held off on player traits. Because I think, like, if he didn't have stay back at all times, I think he could be even better with just, like, his passing number. He's pretty nasty. It's part of why, like, I have him out wide, although he does also start in the middle every once in a while. Part of why I start him out wide in the wide center back is so that he can, like, get into a little bit more space. Like, his offensive side is just so good, potentially, you know. Oh yeah, yeah. He's on my near post corners every game. So sometimes I don't like bother changing it, but it's like if I'm needing a goal and he's just on the field, but I didn't optimize it, that's one of the moves I've like definitely made this year, where it's like get this guy in the near post. Let's start winning every corner because that's what happens. So you're team of the month, Pekovic. A different best player of the season award. Good to see. Best young player of the season goes to Anthony Madu, 19 assists. Mostly from corners, but he drops a really nice pass in every once in a while, too. I mean, because of course he does. Yeah, I think everybody needs a Pekovic. Where did I buy Madu? Yeah, so I got him from a Sunderland squad that was in the championship at the time. And he just had like a release clause or whatever for like 24. And I was like, yeah, need that. And I mean, I think I was right. He's had double digit assists. I mean, again, he takes every corner with a guy like Pekovic at the near post on every corner. But you know, still absolutely ridiculous. Yeah, I saw him. I was like, okay, so he performs really well across 40 games for them. Like, I mean, his stats. Let's see. Or his attributes. Yeah, I mean, I guess definitely. So things have gone up generally, but yeah, like he had just such good like. I don't know. His ability is just was so good. So I don't know. Had to go after him. I'm kind of surprised that some other team didn't go on. Yeah, didn't go after him. Probably the best 20 million I've ever spent. Because usually it's on like some not ready prospect when you spend like 20 million. Madu was like instantly ready to start and be one of the best players on the team. So yeah, and that is also very true. Can we see it? Okay, we can see it. we can do it. I think. Yeah. So we'll see some of the others of the top goals, I guess. But Vlahovic, who ended up at Arsenal in my series. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Wild. And now it's time for the Mino goal, the best goal of the season. And it's against Bayern Munich. Just a laser. Not the best pass, and he just still took it. He scored another one too. He scored like 2 or 3 that I think would all be kind of in that category throughout the season. Oh my god. That was nasty. Who are you? What position was the guy charging through the middle of the... In my... I think that Mino, that's the advanced... That's the attacking midfielder. Or whatever they call it. I just have him playing... So essentially... Well, that. But I've also found, like, if you do, if you are thinking about the, like, more defensive midfielder instead of the advanced midfielder, I think having a guy, like, especially in this year's game, having, like, a central midfield on attack, they will also make those kinds of runs through the middle. Anchor is your favorite position. Yeah, like, I think if you wanted to keep that with, like, the anchor, I mean, I don't think you need it necessarily to be defensively sound or whatever you want to do, but if, like, you like the way that plays, I haven't played too much with an anchor. I actually, like, did get an anchor regen in my Salford series, but I just, like, couldn't develop him to be what I wanted him to be. But I haven't really played with one. So if you like that, I would say, like, a central midfield on attack, or like a Mezzala on attack would be. I think they make those kind of, like, late runs as well. For one of the guys in front of him, could be. I mean, maybe that's how your setup already is, but I think that should generally get you the same thing as, like, what Mino does. I just, like, tried to get. I like having 3 guys consistently get in to the box, and then you get the extra guys that can overload. I guess so. This happens a little bit more consistently for me than I found with the central attacking mid. But again, it was like, but then I was already attacking with 3 guys on like inside forwards and stuff like that. So maybe it was just more clogged and he wasn't as willing to make the runs. So I found that this has worked, but I think you could definitely get the same effect doing other things. Respect for the wide center backs. Support. Defend. Yeah, like the cross from deep. I definitely switch it to that sometimes. But yeah, my goal is mostly for the wide center back. So one other minor thing in my setup is actually on wing back, they don't actually have the stay wider trait naturally. I don't think. Maybe one of these does. But I've specifically added that for me, these guys are always my widest players. But then these guys, because they just like to kind of stay wide and float around, they just seem to, like, find a spot. And every once in a while, that cross from deep does work, though. But I do think it's like, you almost need enough space for them to receive the ball and then, like, drop one in behind the defensive line, which I think doesn't tend to happen too often. So, I don't know. I definitely think, like, for me, it's more of like, I look more like at the hold position, I guess, versus like, oh, we're actually kind of like floating around out here somewhere, is really the difference to me. But it is what it is. I like them playing on support in general, but I have switched them to play defense at times. The Champions Cup Dream Team is mostly Brescia. Let's go. That's so cool. Carnesecchi, Galbraith, Bekovic, Birkenbaum, Madu, and Satriano. Slap him with the cross less, dribble less, stay wider, mark tighter. Yeah. Actually, I probably could do, like, mark tighter. A couple of my guys are pretty good at that. So, your Serie A best defender of the season, Danilo Bekovic. Your best midfielder of the season, Anthony Madu. Like Alphonso Davies. Yeah. Really good. Or Davis. And best striker of the season, Martin Satriano. Champions Cup goalkeeper of the season, Carnesecchi is your winner. The defender of the season, our three Brescia boys, Danilo Bekovic, Andy Galbraith, and Orestes. The midfielder of the season is Anthony Madu, and then Satriano is third behind Erling Haaland and Mukoko. Yeah, how did I could see that, right? Continental 9-2, 7.45. Five assists, 7.76. Oh no, that's international. Hold on. 8 goals, 5 assists, 7.68. And Haaland, and I know for a fact that he was taking corners, so he probably got some like extra assists there. And Continental, 11 goals, 2 assists, 7.78. Yeah, so fine. Yeah, four on him. Yeah. Yeah, I think those two are hard to argue with. Satriano, very, very tight one, but yeah, I'm generally okay with that. Yeah, I should have no problem spending $7 million. No problem. Sure. Delano. Gouda? Tearing up. Tearing up. Oh my. Alright. So interesting. Huh. Give this guy star player in your save. I mean, it looks like he plays pretty well. So they've been kind of around, though. Yeah, it looks like, I mean, I don't, yeah, it's not like he's going great. Yeah, I don't have enough information on it, but whatever league he's in, he's tearing it up, so seems to be working out for him. He starts in Division 2 in Holland. Nice. Increase commercial revenue. See, the thing is, I don't know. Not that I don't know what that means. I like understand, but like, are they gonna be mad if I don't like sign a player, or is it just like, oh, the fact that all of our reputations went up from winning the Champions League? Like, is that enough? We're back to challenging for the Serie A title. Ooh, that hurts. Ow, that hurts. I guess it's shirt sales. I really don't know. I don't know. I mean, I guess it's fine. I mean, the bigger thing would probably be the whole reach the quarterfinal. Is that just? But that's just win round 1 though, because I think we can. Yeah, that's kind of tough. I would be a little bit more comfortable, but I guess the thing is like, I mean, I don't think they would fire me in the round of 16. Because that's just like the original first, like the first knockout round. I think if we get there and compete, you don't get fired. If you don't get there at all, it becomes a risk, I guess, because it's so far apart. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how, like, I don't like how big, like, and important it seems to be. Well, I can't do anything with that. Yeah, I'm not gonna have any trouble with that. See, one thing I wish that they would do is, like, let me lessen the importance. Because, like, I don't know, I'm fine with this. But I don't know. Or, like, kind of same thing here with, like, reach the quarterfinal. Maybe a little extreme. Like, maybe take that one a little less. Like, we're trying. I'll try. Well, I guess it is what it is then. Let's discuss plans. Okay. I mean, it's more like I want to challenge at winning it next year again, but yeah, I figured you guys would be on there. I'm gonna say latter stages because that's kind of where we're at. Yeah, the back-to-back is tough, but I mean, we're gonna qualify for the Champions League. Wants to capitalize on a good bait. Okay, okay. Everybody's okay with that then. Yeah, I know you guys don't like that. We still just go to Italy? We won the Champions League. Let me go somewhere else. I guess I could try China. So the problem with the US, so I did the US one once because I was like, I'm a US coach, maybe that'll like increase reputation or whatever. The US are playing games when we're in our training camp, so nobody wants to do a friendly. So it's not a good way to set up. I don't know if China's similar, but I guess I'm going to take that chance. We'll sell out and go to China. Also, you know, we tend to, we're probably better than any Chinese team by like a lot. So it's really just like going through the motions. But is what it is. Sure. Yeah, not quite what I'm looking for, but we can look at that. Okay. Oh, we just played Mark Ward. Ah, I see. Going a little nuts on the music. Sure. Scout him. I do like this guy a lot. I think that's a move we gotta try. But, I don't think I have quite enough money on it right now. Hakimi, but they don't want to sell him. He has 16 crossing. He has 18 natural fitness. What? That is nasty, dude. Okay. Right, I was gonna switch that. Forgot about it. Okay. And so that'll pretty much be the end. Now, normally my streams are about 3 hours. I did start this one a little bit early, so I don't think a lot's gonna happen though. So I don't know. Could stop it now and just go through to the end. And then so that way you don't have to sit through me looking at all my scouts and stuff, because they're kind of just rotating through. So I think we will. I did almost kind of forget about that. More seats. We built a stadium that was too small. We grew too fast. So we're gonna keep going. And it looks like we're gonna have some like international stuff going on. Yeah. So yeah, I think as we look, it'll be another year of transition over the summer, as I think we'll still have to look to raise funds. Although I do actually want to look at while I'm remembering before I leave. Oh, I can ask about training facilities. Okay. I want transfer revenue. I think we always want state-of-the-art facilities. If I can get them. And I might save something for staff salaries, because we ran into some problems last time about salaries, so I might leave myself a little bit of room to request some things, although I might not get back to that right away. But yeah, I think we'll wrap it up here. Another year of transition as we look to raise funds. That's where I was going before I thought about that, because we only have like 7 million in the budget. And most of the players that you see here are already gone and already off on a free, though we are bringing in Danny Olmo on a free, and we are bringing in another young center back for a pretty cheap price. So things are already in motion for next transfer window, and we'll look to continue next time out. Next stream will be Thursday. I'm trying to get back to like doing something different. Yes, he was at Leipzig the whole time, playing pretty well, and we'll take him. So I'm excited for that move at minimum. But so as we try to get better and keep pushing for things, some sales will happen, and hopefully some intriguing purchases that we can keep moving forward. Thanks everyone for stopping in. Thanks for all the follows today. Appreciate it. Hope you have a great rest of your day. Peace.